Fixie. Pixie is incredibly powerful. She is probably my #1 favorite character right now. And it all comes down to the skills. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But if you scan down, a couple key things to point out. She's got a 4 mobility, so she's down in their face right away. You can put her forward with a couple others and really just, push that front line with your characters. One of the big things to remember is don't just have a single fast character that's going to get down there. You've got to overwhelm. If you're going to have your team try to go forward, I've seen some really effective different types of teams, but if you're going to do something where you're sending a bunch of characters forward, you've got to have a couple. If there's only 1 or 2 characters going down to the other side, then they're going to get taken out really quickly. So I would say at least 3 characters if you're going to send a bunch forward. But with this 4 mobility, and you can put another 4 mobility character in there, they're going to be down by the archers and mages and things like that, kind of in the backfield doing a lot of damage. So that really helps out. And if we look, another important feature here is that she's aerial, so she's going to fly over any obstacles, and anti-counterattack, which really helps out because she's not super, hardy for a character. Physical defense is fairly low, doesn't have a ton of health, moderate health, but more that lower physical defense is going to hurt her. But all of these attacks that she does, she's not going to receive any damage back, and that can really help out. Alright, so the most important part for Pixie are these skills. Really, every one of them is awesome. Starting off with her active skill here, this Dust Blast. So it does a bunch of damage, and it's very, very effective that way. She's not going to take any damage back, so even if she has very low health, you can do this, which is something you've got to worry about with some of the other characters. But more importantly, the secondary effects. So she can do Lethargy, or Petrification, or Weaken effect for 3 rounds. So Lethargy is that just when she puts them to sleep. But 3 rounds of putting someone to sleep is a killer, especially if you're down past, you've wiped out 1 or 2 of their characters. They've only got like 3 left. If you put one to sleep for 3 turns, that's enormous. And even better than that is the Petrification. If she petrifies them for 3 turns, it's ridiculous. They're done. You can attack them. There's no counterattack. If they just have lethargy, then they could wake up. If you got to leave that character alone, which makes it not as useful when you're in some of the automated PvP battles as well. But petrification, you can attack them. They're not going to do anything. And 3 rounds is an enormous amount of time. It's surprising they even did this. Built it into the game this way. Also, that active meter, it's going to build up when she attacks, but also when she takes damage. So in some ways, it's a really good defensive skill, because if she doesn't get entirely wiped out in a turn, she's going to have a full active meter and be able to either put someone to sleep or petrify them, or finally just weaken them. That's kind of the worst case scenario, is that they do less damage, which is still a great thing, and she does an enormous amount of damage to them without taking a counterattack. So all the way around, really powerful, and it appears something like a 2/3 chance that she's either going to put them to sleep for 3 rounds or petrify them. Just really, really powerful skill. Alright, the next one, Evasive Boost. A huge dodge rate for ranged attacks, which again can be really helpful as she's making her way down the field or popping in between different attackers. Great to have that to increase her survivability. This Lullaby, this next skill, is also really, really powerful. So it puts a hero to sleep for 1 round, which is kind of like Aqua's skill. That's the active skill. Whoever she attacks, she's going to freeze them for a turn, which is maybe more helpful in that you can, there's no counterattacks on that, and you can attack the character. But at the same time, this Lullaby happens. It's a passive-based skill, so she does it before her turn. So you can attack somebody entirely different. You just put one of them to sleep, and it happens randomly, which is kind of a pain. But that means for the first turn, they only have 4 characters going, and they don't know which one is going to be put down. If you pair her up with Aqua, then Lullaby will first put one of their characters to sleep, and then you'll freeze a different character. Now they're working with 3 characters on that very first turn. Obviously, I think for this game, the earlier turns, the earlier you can get a lead going in that match, the better. So wiping out 2 of their characters for that first turn can really give you a significant advantage. And then finally, concentration. I mentioned how powerful Dust Blast is. You can do a ton of damage, you can put someone to sleep, you can petrify them, and when you get down to just a couple characters left, you can end up activating Dust Blast a couple times, and so you'll have one character petrified, another one sleeping, and if you've got some healers on your team, you might just defend for a couple of rounds just to boost your health while they sleep it off and just attack the petrified character, something like that. She can really immobilize a team near the end of a battle especially. And this concentration means that you're going to get to use Dust Blast all that much more. So there's a chance that she'll replenish 3 times as much energy when attacking an enemy. So that you replenish energy every time you attack someone, you get a chance to replenish 3 times as quickly. I've seen Pixie use her ability, attack someone, maybe take 1 hit during that next round, and it's back to full. She can use it right over again. It's just a huge benefit, so that then, she put one to sleep for 3 rounds, she petrified the next one for 3 rounds. Maybe they've got 1 character left. You can focus all your attacks on that 1 character. Just an incredibly powerful character. So I would say unlock her as quickly as possible and continue to level up her star level and dump the resources in here. Everything she's got is really powerful and she's useful in pretty much every battle.
If you liked this, then you're going to love what we have coming out next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos, or check out the rest of the channel for more tips and tricks. If you don't have this game yet, feel free to download it from the sponsored link in the video description below. These downloads help to support the channel and help us to continue to put out more great videos. Thanks again for all your support, and come back soon as we continue our quest, seeking every possible advantage.